Jeremy Corbyn said yesterday, right, that this is nothing short of an outrage. The money should be coming from central government. You judge a country by the way it looks after the most needy, the elderly, and that's not what we're doing here.
Yeah, so I mean, we're becoming a terrible country to grow old in, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
And
it's not just elderly people. There are people with chronic illnesses, multiple sclerosis sufferers, people who could be in their 30s and 40s who need care.
Yeah, and this is about children's care as well, and learning disability care. And it's this. It makes me furious. This is false accounting. This is shifting the burden of responsibility onto people when it should be a central government thing. And it's the twisted way that it's been done, where you have to call a referendum to be able to. So they cut the amount of that you can charge as a council, and yet you have to call a referendum to be able to raise
which
it.
costs £230,000–240,000.
Yeah, the police
which in
one
itself
was 600,000.
you think could care for lots and lots of people.
Absolutely, and also that means that the council is therefore somehow to blame for needing the money, and
if they vote against it,
but then
it's our blame.
Stefan, if you spend £1.5 million on Magna Carta celebrations for the 800th anniversary, maybe the council is to blame for not spending its money carefully enough.
Yeah, I think that is a drop in the ocean in terms of compared to how much they need. I think, and I think that's disingenuous. I think people saying we're planting daffodils, we should be looking after the elderly. I'm sorry,
we're paying our chief executive over £200,000 a year.
Well, I mean,
that's more than the Prime Minister who runs the country.
About where the money should be spent. I think, again, it's a tiny fraction.
Which way do you think the vote will go?
I don't think they'll vote for it. I really don't.
Barbara?
I think probably they'll vote against it in the referendum. I would think it's slightly. I mean,
despite 1 in 10 voters down the line, if not now, will need social care.
People are short-termist.
Yes,
we know this. And as you said earlier, people vote with their pocket. However, I do think that Jeremy Corbyn has a point. You know that really we should look after our citizens. We shouldn't look after people who aren't our citizens. You know, I don't think we should be. I do think overseas aid is a good idea, but I think we really do need to look after our citizens from a central point. And I think that
before you get on to overseas aid, I mean, you could look at things like a nuclear deterrent, which we can find billions of pounds for down the back of a sofa in central government, despite the previous nuclear deterrent never working. We're going to be under the protection, we hope, in a Brexit Britain of the United States. We have loads of nuclear bombs.
And also, I think, going back to Magna Carta, which is a complete sideways step, I think they should celebrate Magna Carta.
I think you're right. Maybe not to 1.5 million.
I think Magna Carta, although it's not quite what we all have believed it to be, it is a very, very important, world-shattering piece of history, and we should celebrate it. And the daffodils should be planted.
Yes,
but doesn't the referendum itself mean that it's a case of us against the people that need social care? So if you're asked the question, as opposed to us against the people who are making the
But it's central government. It's central government that has foisted that situation on Westminster. Surrey recognises it has a huge shortfall due to Westminster, and in order to address that, in order to maintain social care standards, this is the only route.
So it comes back to us. So you sacrifice something to give that. So
it's central government pushing it away, isn't it? That's what it's doing.
Absolutely. Instead of saying central government is at fault.